Hello friends, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today we're gonna be doing this very light, glowy makeup that I find it's perfect for spring. I've definitely been more on the extremely glowy skin, as you can probably tell by those popping cheeks of highlight, and a more what I would call brighter lip. Very easy on the eyes, very soft makeup, and I find this is so perfect for spring, at least on my eyes. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, definitely keep on watching. But before we jump into it, please be sure to subscribe. It is super easy and it does help my channel a lot. Today is probably the worst day to be filming this. It's a little bit gloomy, the sun is not fully out, and my skin is just feeling very dull. I have a lot of I don't know, like things going on, like itty bitty little breakouts. So I don't know, we're gonna try to do the best that we can. But this is what I've been doing whenever I'm trying to do a little bit more makeup. So kind of my go-to spring look. So everything very light on the face, as you probably already know it if you followed me for a while, how I like my makeup. So let's begin with a primer. Well, this is really like a highlighter, but I use it as a primer, especially because right now my skin feels very dull and lifeless. Again, I don't know what it is about my skin. It's just, I look at it and I'm like, there's something missing. So anyway, this is definitely gonna give me a bit of a boost to help my skin look much better. And I also noticed that I've had a little bit of extra, I want to say pore right here, like some more pores are more, my pores are more visible, which that's never happened before. So I don't know what's going on, but anyway, let's try to make things better and do a full face of spring makeup. This highlighter just instantly makes my face super glowy and brings back that life that I'm telling you I'm missing. It's just such a beautiful product. I mentioned this whenever I did my first impressions on the new Lisa Eldridge Enhancing Tint. By the way, I didn't mention, this is from Lisa Eldridge too. This is her Seamless Skin Elevated Glow. So it's basically a highlighter, but I like to wear it either as a highlighter by itself on the high points of my face, as a primer as I'm doing today, or also mixing it with whatever foundation I'm using. But today, because I'm wearing a skin tint, Lisa's new skin tint, which I absolutely love, I wanted a more glowy base. This is also very glowy by itself. Not very glowy, but glowy enough. But because my face is not looking its best, I thought I would just go on and use it as a primer. So let's move on with my skin tint. I have a full-on review, or first impressions really. I really love it. I've been using it more since that video, and it's just a lovely skin product. It just makes your skin look natural, but much better than your natural skin. Especially again with me having some breakouts right now and my face not fully being itself. So this definitely helps. And as always, I like to blend in my base products with my fingers. I feel like it gives the most natural finish, and you can really get in like all the small crevices like around my nose and all of this. It just feels much better to use my fingers for applying, especially primers and my foundation base products, or in this case, the skin tint. So that is pretty much done. I already had, of course, that glowy base, but the skin tint by itself has a beautiful glow. So now let's move on with corrector and concealer. Nothing new here. A lot of these products actually are not new at all. I did sprinkle in a few of the things that I purchased in the Sephora sale and, of course, from Lisa Eldridge. But for a corrector to remove the darkness under my eyes, I love the Tarte Colored Clay CC. I think this is my second bottle, or my second one of this. So I noticed, of course, right after the Sephora sale, that the middle is running pretty low. So I should have repurchased, but I didn't notice that I was running low or about to hit pan. But I hope this lasts me until the next Sephora BAB sale, so I don't have to buy it at a full price. But realistically, I use this every day, so I don't know how that is gonna last until October, November. If you have a bit of darkness under your eyes, or maybe some more intense blue-purple under eyes like I do because of the lack of pigment that I don't have, or that I have the lack of pigment, I would strongly recommend this product. It helps just brighten, like, just with this, my face feels so much better like it did 5 minutes ago. It just gives such a beautiful glow, those products together, and then the Tarte corrector just makes you feel less asleep. So let's move on with concealer. Nothing new. My KVD Good Apple concealer, and I'm gonna mix again for the more brighter under eye, my Beautiful Skin concealer by Charlotte Tilbury. I love this combination of them either together or using them separate. Another product that I probably should have repurchased was this KVD concealer. I don't know why I was thinking and I didn't repurchase a few of my favorite makeup products. I was always focused on restocks of skincare, but I didn't notice that it was probably gonna be a good time for me to restock on these products, but that's okay. And also I probably should go in store at some point, and I want to try a few new to me concealers, like the one from House Labs, and I think Natasha Denona also has one that I haven't tried, so I'm curious to try those. I don't know why I didn't pick them during the Sephora sale, but anyway, just mixing those two concealers together and then blending in with my Love is the foundation brush by IT Cosmetics. I have a tiny bit of redness from that little pimple, so I'm going to just use a more precise brush and then just add a dot of that concealer. Super easy, and that way I don't have to go and apply extra. And then I also have a bit of a dark dot right there. I think that was from some kind of pimple that I probably missed with, and then it just left me a forever mark. But anyway, that's pretty much done. And what I've been doing different from what I used to do in the past with powder, I used to always use my regular finishing or regular powder, and then I would add a finishing powder. So because my under eyes, of course I'm aging, they don't feel as youthful as, let's say, 5-10 years ago, I stopped with the pressed powders and I just moved into my finishing powder, which in this case I've been using for years, not this particularly, but this brand, the Hourglass finishing powders. They're very lovely. I have 4 of these little palettes, and these powders are the ones that I use pretty much every single time that I do my makeup. But in the past, I would use a compact powder and then finish up with the finishing powder. But now, I just go directly with my finishing powder and set all of that work that I did with the concealer. Make sure that nothing is gonna be moving throughout the day. And this is just an easier way to make my eyes look more natural because I have one less product. Because as it is, I'm wearing concealer, corrector, and then a powder, and then a finishing powder. That was too much and appeared to be too heavy for my under eyes. So now I just skip that and go straight to my my finishing powder, and I love it. I usually always do my cheek products first and then my eyes, but right now I just want to feel more alive and awake. So I'm gonna finish up my eyes and then move on with my cheeks. So whenever I want to do a little bit extra makeup, and this is saying a lot because it's really nothing, I just have been loving adding some of this thicker eyeliner that's really an eyeshadow. This is a Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow in the shade Amber Haze, but I've been really loving this as a kind of eyeliner, but I like to use it more of like on the thicker side, not only to make my eyelashes appear more full, but also, you know, to show that I'm actually wearing something on my eyes, like probably that thick. But I'm not gonna leave it like this. And I've been loving a very, very thin or like short wing, like literally, that's about everything. And then I go back with a brush, a more precise brush, and then just blend this in just to create a bit of a softer line. I mean, there's really nothing soft about this, especially whenever it's this thick. But I don't know, I just been really liking this. It makes me feel much more awake, and especially whenever I'm skipping eyeshadow, which is pretty much every day nowadays, I just can't bother. And then for mascara, I've been absolutely loving my new Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash Mascara. I also spoke about this mascara on my latest video when I talked about the new skin tint. This is also one of the newish products. I said newish because it's not as new as the skin tint, but one of her latest release that was released this year. So it's a very lovely mascara. It's more on the natural side, but still gives you that bit of an extra, not super natural. I mentioned in that video that I've tried other very natural mascaras. This is natural, but not too much. It's perfect for every day without being too little, if that makes any sense. So anyway, mascara, and then we're gonna be done. But look at how much more awake I look with just adding that little bit of eyeliner and mascara. Almost done with the eyes. I'm just missing my inner corner highlight, but I'll figure out which one I want to use in just a minute. So let's move on with the cheeks. For my contour, I've been using this for a little while. I haven't used it for a long time, and then I decided to pull it out. This is the cream bronzer by Fenty Beauty. Specifically, I love this shade Macchiato for contouring. You can see how it has that much gray undertone to it, so it's perfect, at least for my shade, to give my face a bit more of a contour, more defined cheeks. So that's what I've been doing, and I really put emphasis on my jaw, especially down here. I've noticed that, I don't know, maybe it's always been there, but in the past months, maybe, I've noticed that I've developed a bit of a double chin, like especially when I'm doing TikToks and I'm putting my phone here, you can see like my chin. I'm like, okay, it's time to contour more this area. So I chisel pretty good my chin, and then of course the cheekbones. Forever a lover of very chiseled cheekbones, or as much as I can, of course, with makeup. Speaking of older products, this is definitely old product. This is the OG Baked Bronzer by Too Faced. This is the Sweethearts Bronzer. I've had this for a very long time, but everything seems good. I still like it. It still works good. Powders, as long as you de-infect them from time to time, they will last a long time. I mean, I'm no chemist to tell you how long should you keep your products after they're expired. This is for sure expired for years, but I still really like it. And it hasn't done anything wrong to my skin, so I will continue to use it. And I do have the habit of spritzing my products, especially my powders, with alcohol and leaving them to air dry every so often. I want to say I do that like maybe every 3-4 months, especially whenever it comes to other products. But anyway, I've been loving using a bit of this product as a bronzer now that we're really on the spring side. So I'll just dust a little bit on the same areas where I used my contour. This has a bit of a glow, but it's not too in your face. And I focus it on the higher parts of my cheeks. You see how pretty that is? It's just very natural, but it does give you that bit of a bronzy situation. These hairs. One of my favorite products by far in my highlight area and cheek products is from Merit, and this is their highlighters. This is in the shade Bounce. I want to go for the more pinkish shade. I have 3 of them at this point. I just bought a new one during the Sephora BAB sale, but this is the more pinkish, so I thought it would be such a perfect color for today, or shade for today. I really love pink during spring. I feel like it's such a vibrant shade, and it goes perfect, of course, year round, but there's something about a pink lipstick and a pink glow, pink cheeks that definitely screams spring to me, just kind of like bringing everything back to life after a long dark winter. I'm being so dramatic. I live in Texas, but you know what I'm saying. It definitely feels like that, and it's definitely has been a cold winter. So look at how beautiful, how popping is that highlight. On my face already had a bit of a glow, of course, with the primer and the skin tint, but once you apply that highlight, I mean, how stunning is that? Let's move on with my favorite combo. I don't want to say this is recent, because this has been my favorite combo, blush combo, for a little while. I think I started using this combo around February and have yet to change it. It's been my favorite and my go-to. Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, which is a stunning blush on its own. but I always feel like I need a little bit extra with more of a cream blush. So I love to top that off with my Married shade in Stockholm, which is again a beautiful pink. So this has been a favorite combo for a little while. Let's go ahead and start with Charlotte Tilbury, and I go around and then I go just on the center. Whoops, I almost dropped my mirror. I like to smile and then I start from the back, kind of like going towards my temples, and just, it's a very beautiful shade, this one by itself. I do have two more of this Charlotte Tilbury blushes, but my favorite by far is Pillow Talk. And then I like to finish up with the Married Stockholm blush. I go on, I don't know, I feel like there's always a cream blush waiting to happen on my face. It's like, okay, I'm done with the blush, that's pressed powder. Now I need to top it off with a stunning blush that is on cream. And this is just super pretty. And I like to add whatever is left on the tip of my nose, or really on the entire nose. I like to go on the bridge of my nose and then finish up with the cheeks, and I do the same thing kind of like all over the place. I just love applying blush, as you can tell. I probably went a little overboard, but that's okay. I went on and finished up my brows with my usual Charlotte Tilbury brow lift. I've used this product for years at this point and I really love it. So this combination has been on my brows, this just for like 6 months, but this together like a brow freeze kind of product, and then my Charlotte Tilbury brow lift for years, and I really love how my brows end up looking. So now let's move on with the more fun part, which is going to be my lips. I had a little bit of Burt's Bees, so I just like to dry them off. And my favorite combo, when I don't want to use any lipstick, which today I think I'm going to be throwing in a lip, but usually I would just go for this combination. I just shared this on TikTok the other day, and I really love how my lips look with this combo. This is the new Lisa Eldridge Sculpt and Shade Lip Liner. I got mine in the shade 2C, which I do have vitiligo, of course, and my lips have definitely decolored. Is that even a word? They're not as pigmented as they used to be, especially on the edges, because I do have some whiteness around here. So I find that my original lip color is not the same as it used to be. So this is literally what my lips used to be. So I love the shade. It's just such a perfect shade, and it brings back that life to my lips. Just such a beautiful shade, and I find that it's my perfect match. How pretty is this color? It's super natural, and she does have different shades and different undertones for this. So if you're someone like me that are trying to just find your perfect shade, definitely check into this new lip liners. This is the Sculpt and Shade. So she has regular lip liners that are just so many different colors, but these ones are supposed to be kind of like a contour to your lips, and it's just so pretty. So in a normal day, on my, what I've been doing like almost every day, it'll be just lip liner with this shade. And then I would just top it off with the beautiful Petal lip gloss, also by Lisa Eldridge. But today, I want to use Candy Chic by Charlotte Tilbury. Also, what a beautiful pink. This is more of like, I don't want to call it Barbie pink, but almost Barbie-ish pink. And it's very pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and add this. This is from her newest collection. I believe this is Hot Lips, I'm pretty sure. And the shade is on the Kissing formula, which is basically Charlotte Tilbury's satin formula. This is already such a beautiful lip combination, but if I want to add a bit more of a brighter shade, just because, you know, it's spring and I've been trying to introduce more brighter, and I say brighter with quotes because this is not super bright. I could definitely throw in a brighter pink, just a lipstick, or a more intense red, but I still want to keep it on the low end with the brightness of my lip. I've been just loving very light shades on my lips, so this is just going to give me that bit of an extra brightness and more intensity without being too much, at least for me. So this is a lip gloss from Fenty. This is in the shade Ruby Milk. I don't even know if they sell this as a full size. I bought this as one of those holiday little kits. It came with like 4 of these minis, and I love this shade. This is my favorite from that kit or that little mini set. and it's such a perfect brighter pink. So I'm just gonna top off my lip combo with this. This has been my preferred go-to full face of spring makeup. I think it's just such a pretty look without being too overdone, and I feel like this would be perfect for anyone who enjoys makeup but wants to keep it more in the natural side, because of course I've used like 20 products today, but I still think that it looks pretty natural and very glowy, which is my preferred kind of makeup. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments below if you are going to be recreating this look, or if this is something that you also like to do during the spring, a more glowy base, very easy on the eyes, and a brighter lip. And if you have any brighter lip recommendations, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!